Hello guys, today in this tutorial I will introduce to a web scraping library called as Puppeteer, and I will automate the process of scraping the information from github.com such as the username of the person, biography, number of public repositories which are available. So all this information we will be scraping from GitHub and without any API. So we will be using Puppeteer, which is a scraping library, or you may say it is an automation tool for Node.js and JavaScript developers. It's a famous library. We will be using it, and we will be saving all this information in a comma separated value file, which is a CSV file. Let me show you the demo here. So if I have written this script right here, and now if I execute this script, it will go to my profile, node.index.js. I am passing my username as a argument, and it will now open the browser automatically. It will go to my profile, and now in the console you will basically see the profile information scraped. This is the username Gauti123456. This is a biography which is scraped from my GitHub account, public account, and the number of repositories 72, and data saved to github profiles.csv. Scraping complete. And if I see in the left hand side, a file is created, github underscore profiles.csv, and now if I try to open this file, you will basically see these are username, biography, repositories. So all this information is scraped right here, guys. You will see 72. This is my biography. You will see, you can cross check as well by going to github.com/this username. You can input any username here. Basically, this is scraping this information. We are scraping this username, this biography, and then we are scraping the number of public repositories. A total of 154 is there, but the public repositories that I shared is 72, and apart from that we have private as well. But this information we have scraped. And you can pass any username, guys, any username. Let me pass Brad Privacy. This is we pass it here. So you will see now number of repositories 273, full stack web developer and online instructor. And if I check, you will see it will get added in the CSV file. The second one, entry Brad Privacy, full stack web developer, instructor, specializing in mostly JS. So here it's a automation script, guys. You can make this and scrape information from GitHub automatically. Let me cross check. So this is basically the thing, guys. You will see that. So let me now show you guys how I build this. So for this we are using Puppeteer, which is a Node.js library. The command is simple, npm i Puppeteer. Just execute this, and weekly downloads, 3 million weekly downloads are there. So once you install this library, it's very simple, npm i Puppeteer. Just inside this we need to require this package at the top. And then, guys, we will basically make a function, async function, which will say scrape GitHub profile, scrape GitHub user profile, and here you will pass only the username. So you need to pass the username, and this username you can even take dynamically using the browser inside Express.js, React, Angular. You can make a front end and consume the backend API, and then we will open this automatically, this Puppeteer library. We will launch this, and here we need to pass the headless option. If you want to see the browser opening, you will pass here false. If you want to do this in background, then it will to true. Let me do it in the background. I don't need to see the browser opening. So then we will open the new page using this method, and then we will do all our things in the try catch block. So if any sort of error takes place, we will simply console log error. And now we just need to navigate to that user profile page. So we will go to that page by using page.goto. Goto is a method where you will pass the URL. So in order to go to a specific URL or GitHub user profile github.com and followed by the username that is passed. So we are using template string right here, and this will go to that page. And then we need to wait for all the selectors to be loaded. So wait for selector, and then we need to wait for this selector which is having this class vcard dash username. So after this selector is loaded, we will now be extracting the user information. So first of all, we will extract the user profile. So we will say page.evaluate, and here we will actually pass a function, arrow function, which will extract the username of the person by using very simple query selector, which is a DOM method which you use in vanilla JavaScript. We will basically target a element which is having this class vcard dash username, and we will actually extract the content by using text content property, and then we will trim the content. We will trim the white space which is there, if any, and then we will actually scrape the biography of the person by again using query selector, and this time we will select this class having element user profile bio. So this is accessible in the browser, guys. You can cross check all these elements have a particular class attached to it. So in this way you can scrape anything from internet. These are the fundamentals of web scraping. And after scraping biography, we'll scrape the number of public repositories, repo count, and query selector and counter. This is a class which is having this value, and again we will trim the value like this. So here user profile bio. So here we will simply check, guys, basically we will extract the biography, bio element. If the biography is there, in that case we will say bio element dot text content dot trim. If the biography is not available, in that case we will use this ternary operator like this, colon, we will say no biography available. If the person doesn't contain a biography, then we will simply say this text no biography available like this. And then we will return these three things. We will, in an object here, we will return an object from this function. First is the username of the person, then we will return the biography, and then lastly we will return the repo count. These three variables we are returning from this function, that's all. And after that we will simply console log user profile information. And here we can even add a finally clause as well. Finally clause as well we can add. And here we can basically close the browser after we do all the stuff. Browser.close. It will close the browser. And now we can simply call this function, and where we can pass the username. So let's suppose I pass my own username, Gauti123456, and then it returns a promise, guys, because here we are returning a object from this asynchronous function. Asynchronous function returns a promise, guys, so we can handle this using dot then. And here we can simply say scraping complete. So if you do this, we can console log this information. If you see, if you try to console log this information in the right here, if I try to console log this information right here, so user profile information, username, biography, number of repositories. So if I try to run this, so now what you will see, it will run it in the background. so node index.js, it will run it in the background. The browser will not show, and because we are passing this headless option to true, so it will work in the background, and then it will show this information in the console, the user profile information, username, biography, number of repositories, which is 72. So now we need to basically store this information in the CSV file. So how we can do that? It's pretty easy, guys. How we will do this? We will actually create this line of code we need to simply write. Let me just use ChatGPT for that. ChatGPT is a very handy tool, guys, where you can simply get some nice little code. So here we will declare a CSV data variable, and we will say here user profile dot username. And here we are defining basically the headers. So what headers should be there? So they should be separated by comma. So user profile dot biography, comma, and then lastly user profile dot repo count. So we have defined the CSV data. We just need to put a new line character, because it should be, the data should come on the new line character. So these are defined, the rows, the header rows, which is username, biography, and repo count. After that, we just need to append by using the file system module, which is available for us as a built-in module. So require the file system module of Node.js, and it contains a method called as append file. And append file, we will basically give it a name, which I will give it as user profile dot username dot CSV, and this is the name of the file, and we will append this data, CSV data, and UTF-8. And that's all. This is all that you need to do, guys. If I try to run this application, node index.js, so it will take some time, and after that it will create a file called as, once it's completed, you will see basically the CB argument must be of types function receive type of UTF-8. Let me see, guys, what is the problem. Let me check here. Okay, sorry. Okay, this needs to be await. I forgot to. Okay, I forgot to do this. We do need to write this code, guys. Just write before right here. After we do this, just write this code. Here we are simply comparing that if this file already exists, in that case, let me copy this code first of all, paste it here, and then explain to you what is happening. So we are basically scraping for this username. We are passing it as an argument, and right inside here we are creating a new CSV file by the name of github profiles.csv. You can change this name accordingly. Let's suppose I need to give it a dynamic name. I can give it as user profile dot username dot CSV. So whatever is the name of the user will be saved as a name of the file. So here we have three header rows, which is the username, biography, and repo count. So this information we are storing in this file, And here we are simply checking that if the CSV file already exists, then we need to simply add the headers. So if the file doesn't exist, in that case, we just need to add these headers, which is these headers we are adding: username, biography, repositories. So if this is the first record, then we are basically adding the headers for the very first time. That's all. And now if I try to run this application, guys, so what it will say on the left hand side, it will create Gauti123456, whatever is the username, and you will basically see this is my thing here, Gauti123456, and the header rows are not added because the name of the file was different. So let me here also make the dynamic. Or let me say data.csv. In both the places, data.csv. And close all this. So now run this data.csv. Oh, sorry. I think I made a mistake here. This needs to be data.csv, not github.profiles. So delete this. So once again run this. You will now see this data.csv will created, and these are your header rows: username, biography, repositories. So we have this information added. You will see. Let me take another example. Let me change this username to Brad Traversy. So this will append information in this file. A new entry will be added. You will see that the second entry is added. A new file is not created. It will append right here. So in this way you can automate this process, guys. You can scrape as many public profiles on GitHub using the script of Puppeteer in Node.js. So please hit that like button, subscribe the channel, and I will be seeing you in the next video.